eyes are having an experience, and I'm trying to help them orient to the light in the room, and I might close them. I don't know why, there isn't a why, but certain transparencies happen and are shared and others aren't, but that wanted to be shared. There's some dizziness and the eyes. I wear prisms. These are actually not corrective glasses in the ways that they might seem to other people, so I wear contacts underneath my glasses, which optometrists sometimes find very bizarre. And today the room is moving without moving, and that's fine. And so orienting to a video and a camera is just a little bit different. And so a lot has been unplugged from it's just been seen that certain sources of content and engagement in my life are not nourishing or feeding in the ways that maybe at some point they were, or I've been in a lot of transitions with a new private practice and moving and to a new home. In those processes, and I guess in making these videos, that's been new, engaging in the online world, acclimating to that. It requires a certain kind of engagement. It's kind of like, what's the word? Startup phase or learning curve, or whatever you want to call it. But then there's just been this sense of I don't need all this. I don't want all of this input. My preference is for a very simple life, that what can be offered and what wants to be offered is offered, and the simple ways and needs that arise can be met, and that too much is too much. That's just transparent. And so the unplugging, the stepping away from has felt so good. And unplugging, I guess, is a metaphor for a lot of things that just, like, in this modern world, like, you don't have to seek consumption. Consumption finds you and follows you, and kind of the world just spills out. And so to carve out space is an active process. To remember, like, what do I actually want and need right now? from that space is so different than things just pouring out and others telling you you need this or you need that or you need this feedback or information. And it's not that complicated. And in the space, it's also just a remembrance of what's here, like a recollection of what's always been here. It's not like I'm searching for it, but it's like, oh, that thread is still there. And here it's just a lot of creativity. That's what this is, this video making, I guess. I mean, it's a lot of things and nothing at all, I guess. It's me, this voice speaking and being heard by itself, and like enjoying taking up some space in moments where it has something to say and then letting it go. But there's also the creativity of it, the art of it, but coming into this world. So much joy in writing and music and reading and writing. Movement. And it feels like art can touch into a lot of this stuff much more clearly often than hearing a talk or learning or reading, or, well, reading is art, but it's like the spaces between the notes, the spaces between the words, the pause in the middle of the dance. That is so accentuated by art. It's part of the art and it's already welcomed in. And then there's just the joy of it. Even in sad music, even in sad art. Isn't that curious? I find that when there's space, art wants to happen from the stillness. I don't think I'm alone in that. And the art that touches me, artists that touch me, yeah, I don't even have to comment on that. Not all art is for every person, but the right art at the right time for you lights the flame. How does that connect to awakening? I think you can connect the dots between like what is actually alive and enlivening for you and realization, which is the process of not pretending. So I just want to speak a piece of my art. And I also just want to say that if there are artists out there, like visual artists, that are resonating with this and want to reach out to me, there's inspiration right now to create something, and curiosity in the collaboration. So just putting that out there. And this is the poem that some people may have found me through. It's actually the only poem I have memorized. I've been writing poems since I was a little kid. I think they're all about awakening. And it kind of just wants to be said in my video and this channel in this way. And it's called The Way In. The way in isn't what you think. It isn't what you've traced in ink. It isn't any lock you've picked, or doorstop prop, or scaffolding. The way in isn't where they said, or where their stories take your head. But you will know when you are brave enough to give your maps away. And free your ears, and free your eyes, and let your energy arise. And let your hands at last be free to arm your arms by emptying. The ways through the rotten core, inside the fat, the scar, the pore, inside of everything you flee lie silent seeds of revelry. And in their midst, a voice will speak, and she says, simply be with me.